Ever wondered how to survive a week in the Sahara Desert? The Sahara, a vast expanse of golden sand and relentless sun, presents some of the harshest conditions on Earth. Imagine being marooned in this sea of heat and sand where temperatures can soar to 50 degrees Celsius in the day and plummet to freezing at night. The winds whip up sandstorms that can last for days, blurring the horizon and making navigation nearly impossible. Survival in this unforgiving landscape is a daunting task indeed, but not entirely impossible. The first and most crucial step is finding immediate shelter. Shelter is your lifeline in the Sahara. It shields you from the blistering sun, the chilling night, and the abrasive sandstorms. Without it, you are exposed to the elements, increasing your risk of dehydration, hypothermia, and heat stroke. So what kind of shelter would work best in the desert? Well, the Sahara offers a few options. Sand dunes, for instance, can offer some respite from the harsh sun. By digging a small trench in the windward side of a dune, you can create a makeshift shelter that shields you from the sun and the wind. Another option is a rock outcrop or a cliff face. These natural formations provide shade and can also help retain some warmth during the cold desert nights. But remember, your shelter should be temporary. It's a means to protect you while you plan your next move. In the Sahara, survival is about adapting to the environment. It's about using what's available to protect yourself from the elements. It's about understanding the terrain and leveraging it to your advantage. So if you ever find yourself in the middle of the Sahara, keep calm and seek shelter. Whether it's a sand dune, a rock outcrop, or even the shadow of a solitary tree, it could be the difference between life and death. Remember, the first step to surviving the Sahara is finding shelter. In the Sahara, water is more precious than gold. It's a stark reality in the world's largest hot desert, where temperatures regularly soar above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Hydration is not just a matter of comfort, but of survival. Dehydration can creep up on you in the desert, with the dry heat sapping moisture from your body without you even realizing it. Symptoms such as dizziness, rapid heartbeat, and confusion can quickly escalate to heat stroke, a potentially fatal condition. That's why it's essential to drink water regularly, even if you don't feel thirsty. But where can you find this life-giving liquid in such an inhospitable place? One surprising source is underground springs. The Sahara may seem dry on the surface, but beneath the sand there are vast aquifers holding ancient water. Locating these springs can be challenging, but one sign to look out for is vegetation. Even a single tree can indicate the presence of water below. Another method is to extract water from plants. Many desert plants, like the cactus, store water in their thick, fleshy tissues. By cutting open these tissues and squeezing or boiling them, you can extract precious moisture. But be careful, as some plants can be poisonous. It's crucial to know which plants are safe to use. One more technique involves digging for water. In dry riverbeds or wadis, water can often be found just a few feet below the surface. Dig a hole in the early morning or late evening, when temperatures are cooler, and wait for water to seep in. There's also the technique of collecting dew or condensation. By spreading out a piece of plastic or cloth overnight, you can collect the tiny droplets that form. Every little bit helps when you're fighting for survival. Finding water may be tough, but it's crucial. Staying hydrated can mean the difference between life and death. In the Sahara, the quest for water is a daily challenge, but with knowledge and perseverance, it's one that can be met. After all, life has a way of enduring even in the harshest of environments. Now that you have shelter and water, it's time to think about food. In the Sahara, your menu might be a bit more exotic than you're used to. With scarce vegetation, insects and small rodents become a vital source of nutrition. Insects, like beetles and ants, are high in protein and plentiful. They can be found under rocks or inside tree barks. Just make sure they're thoroughly cooked before you dig in. As for small rodents, they're a bit trickier to catch, but are a good source of protein too. You might want to set up simple traps using sticks and strings, or if you're lucky enough to find one, a snare wire. Remember, it's all about patience and stealth when it comes to trapping. Never forget, in the Sahara, you're not hunting for the thrill or for a 5-star meal. You're hunting to survive. Food might not be gourmet, but in the Sahara, it's all about survival. Lost in the Sahara, knowing your direction is key. In a place where every dune looks like the next, it's easy to get turned around. But there are tools all around you. During the day, the sun is your compass. Rising in the east and setting in the west, it offers a reliable guide. At night, the stars come into play. Polaris, also known as the North Star, remains virtually in the same spot all night, helping you maintain your bearing. But knowing your direction is just one piece of the puzzle. The Sahara's scorching midday sun is merciless. So it's crucial to conserve energy during the hottest parts of the day. Rest in whatever shade you can find. Travel during the cooler parts of the day, like early morning or late evening. Remember, smart navigation saves energy and keeps you on track. In the Sahara, this isn't just advice, it's a lifeline. In the harsh desert, injuries can happen. Are you prepared? In the unforgiving expanse of the Sahara, where the sun beats down relentlessly and the sand stretches as far as the eye can see, maintaining your health is paramount. Here, common health issues can escalate quickly if not addressed promptly and properly. Let's start with sunstroke, a silent and swift assailant in the desert. It's caused by prolonged exposure to the sun without proper protection or hydration. Symptoms include headaches, dizziness, rapid heartbeat, and even loss of consciousness. To prevent this, always wear a hat and loose, light-colored clothing to reflect the sun's rays. If you suspect sunstroke, immediately seek shade, drink water, and cool down as quickly as possible. Another common danger in the Sahara is snake bites. While not all desert snakes are venomous, a bite should always be treated with utmost caution. If bitten, it's important to stay calm. Panicking can increase the heart rate and spread venom faster. Keep the bitten area below heart level and seek medical attention immediately. Now, let's talk about dehydration. It's a silent threat that creeps up on you, especially in the dry, arid climate of the Sahara. Symptoms include fatigue, dizziness, and extreme thirst. Prevent dehydration by drinking plenty of water and avoiding alcohol and caffeine, which can exacerbate dehydration. And then there's the risk of injury from falls or accidents. Clean any wounds immediately to prevent infection. If you have a first aid kit, use antiseptic wipes or solution. If not, clean water will do. In the Sahara, it's not just about enduring the elements, it's about being prepared for them. Knowing basic first aid techniques and understanding the common health risks can make all the difference in a survival situation. Above all, remember to stay calm. Panic can cloud judgment and lead to mistakes. Take a deep breath, assess the situation, and act accordingly. In the Sahara, your health is your greatest asset. Protect it. Surviving the Sahara is as much about mindset as it is about skills. In the vast expanse of the desert, with its relentless sun and shifting sands, it's your mental strength that will see you through. The desert's harsh conditions can be overwhelming, but remember, your mind is your most potent ally. It's a battle not just for survival, but also against despair. A positive and motivated mindset is your lifeline. It's the fuel that keeps your survival engine running. When you're alone in the Sahara, you're your best companion. Keep reminding yourself of your strengths, your determination, and your will to survive. Now, let's talk about rescue. You've been smart, you've been strong, and you've survived. But how do you signal for help in the vast, seemingly endless desert? Here's where your creativity and resourcefulness come into play. Think big and visible. Use what the desert provides to create large symbols in the sand. An SOS or an arrow can be seen from the air and could lead to your rescue. Remember to choose a flat, open area where your message won't be obscured by dunes. What else can you use? Sunlight, the Sahara's most abundant resource. A mirror or any reflective surface can be your signal beacon. The reflected sunlight can be seen for miles and can catch the attention of any passing aircraft or distant lookout. But don't just rely on one method. Use multiple signals to increase your chances of being spotted. Keep in mind that your rescue is not a matter of if, but when. So stay determined, stay hopeful, and keep signaling. In the Sahara, your will to survive is your greatest weapon. Use it. The desert may be harsh, but your spirit is stronger. Keep that survival mindset, and you'll not just survive the Sahara, you'll conquer it.